My backdrop is a mess, but so is my life, so like, accurate representation, what's good? Hey guys, welcome back to Memory Week. My name is CJ, and today I am going to be taking a stroll down memory lane and telling you a few stories from my youth. I genuinely forgot that it was Thursday again, so I am filming it at 8:28 p.m. So the first story time is what the title is about, aka me crying at Disney. Gotta get those Disney clickbait views, because you know, if you put Disney in the title, everybody's gonna watch. I've been to Disney twice in my entire life, and both of them I was like a child, like a little child. However, I do have two memories from this Disney trip, and the first one is the camel ride that like spews water at you, which is like super irrelevant. So I was at Disney World. I could not tell you where within Disney World I was, but there was this bus, and on this bus were all the Winnie the Pooh characters. Piglet, Tigger, Pooh, like everybody was just hanging out. But the one character that I just had to see, I needed in my life, was Eeyore. I get Eeyore to like sign my book, and I was like, like Eeyore, cool. So I was like taking pictures with Eeyore and like chilling, and then all the characters had to like get on the bus and like continue going wherever they were going. I guess they were just like driving around the park taking pictures with children. But Eeyore had to go. I burst into a fit. My mom took pictures of like the whole trip because you know that's like a mom thing, but she dedicated like a page in this Disney scrapbook to me crying over Eeyore, but it's literally just pictures of me like this. So the second story, we're gonna jump forward a little bit to my first preschool, because I went to preschool twice. Like I went for a year at one preschool, and then I went for a year at another preschool because my elementary school like sucked, and they were like, just kidding, you can't start elementary school yet, ha, whatever, which jokes on them, like I ended up skipping a grade anyways. So I had this bracelet, and this bracelet was like cherished. I loved it. It was my favorite, and it was a Hello Kitty beaded bracelet, and it was like pink beads, and then like every, I don't know, 5 pink beads, there was like Hello Kitty's face. Our teacher was reading us a little story, and we're all just kind of chilling in like a little group in front of her, and I was playing with this bracelet because like I was a bored child. Like I just wanted to like fiddle around with my bracelet. While I was sitting there fiddling with this bracelet, I snapped it. The beads went everywhere, and I was just like I was wearing these overalls, but they had like fake pockets, so like there was nowhere for me to like put these beads. I couldn't just shove them in my pockets. So I had the brilliant idea of taking one of the Hello Kitty beads and shoving it up my nose so that I wouldn't lose it. So my teacher was like, and then she called my mom, and then my mom came and picked me up, and then we went to the doctor's office. So this one doctor comes in and he's like, okay, well we gotta get the bead out of your nose. And like, he didn't know what to do to get this bead out of my nose. So then this man literally called in like 5 other doctors. So picture this, a little child with a bead stuck up their nose, surrounded by a bunch of strange men. I was really scared because like all these doctors are talking about me. When you get scared, like you start breathing heavily. So I was like inhaling this bead, and it was going further and further up my nose, and I'm like So then finally, my mom has the brilliant idea of asking the doctors to leave the room. My mom takes a tissue, holds it up to my nose, and says blow. And I blew the Hello Kitty bead out of my nose. 6 doctors could not figure out how to get this bead out of my nose, but my mother and a tissue, that's all it took. The final short story time was when I broke the rules. I forged my parents' signature, which I feel like honestly is something that's like very common in like elementary school. This was not my 4th grade required independent reading. This was my kindergarten class. We had these things called like alphabet book. For the letter A, the book would have like an apple, an alligator. For B, it would have like a banana, a book. So we made these books in class, and you would like color them, and then that was like what we just did in school. However, if you took your book home and got it signed by your parents, then you got a piece of candy the next day in class. My mother didn't want me eating candy every single day in class, so she told me that she would sign every like 3 or 4 letters. She would sign an alphabet book so that I could get candy, but she wouldn't sign every single one. But I was sly. The way that my mom signed things for school, like for me, was very easy to replicate. So one day I was like, you know what? I think I can do this. And I would take the book that she signed, slide it under the first page of my alphabet book, and trace her signature so that it looked legit. And I was doing it and it was working because like our teacher didn't Inspector Gadget it. Like she didn't expect us to be like criminals as children. So she just kind of would glimpse at them all. So your girl was getting candy every single day. But one day I forgot to trace my mom's signature the night before, so I didn't have the duplicate to try and like trace it. And I was feeling wild, I was feeling reckless. So I decided, you know what, I don't need that. I don't have to trace. I'm gonna freehand this. And honey, that is where a girl done goofed. I literally signed this book, and it was the entire back page of this little alphabet book, and the whole back of it was her signature. And my teacher just looked at me, and looked at the book, and looked at me, and looked at this book, and was like, mm-mm. And I was like, what? What do you mean? Like, of course, you know, you gotta play it off. You gotta play innocent. You gotta be like, no, I would never. Me? What? But she got me. I don't think she called my mom, though. Alright, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed those little short stories. Hope they were a little entertaining. Hopefully, I can get this video up on time. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to Overly MS down below so you're notified when we post new videos, which is every single week. Also, follow our social media. Links are in the description down below. Bye!